I'd like to welcome everybody to CKJ Crypto News. Good morning. I hope all is well. Guys, I want to talk about this picture really quick. So it begins, where Bearable Guy highlighted something significant happening on the 14th. And we'll go through his post. I found something very significant that did happen yesterday on the 14th. Basically, guys, as far as Bearable Guy's work, I like to say a picture is worth 1,000 words. Behind this picture right here, so it begins, we've turned this into the Bank of International Settlements. Now, behind this research or this picture, we found out that the governor, Mark Carney, Bank of England governor, is on the Bank of International Settlements Board of Directors. Now, we know that Mark Carney speaks very highly of Ripple, says they're working with Ripple, and they like XRP. Now, also on the Bank of International Settlements is Jerome Powell. Jerome Powell sits on the Faster Payments Task Force. Ryan Zagone is on the Faster Payments Task Force. Ryan Zagone from Ripple. So, very interesting. A picture's worth 1,000 words. Now, this is the post right here. Bearable Guy, 214. So, Bearable Guy's highlighting the 14th. Ripple, the community and XRP shall persevere. Ignore the distractions of FUD and negativity. The Knights keep fighting the good fight. Thank you, CKJ. Now, basically, guys, and YouTubers. Now, basically, so it begins. No, I just found this article right here. Wyoming bill pushes into law for property rights on digital assets. And this came out on the 14th. Legal framework for things that are emerging and uncertain, like blockchain technology, have always needed a focal point to break through. The road to clear regulatory framework for blockchain technology in the U.S. has come via state legislature. As opposed to being decided on a national level with emerging tech, states have seen an opportunity and have sought to establish themselves as hotspots of blockchain technology. Wyoming has been especially active in this area. After reporting aims of corporate-friendly Delaware-like state, Allwell has a haven for blockchain business activity. In this regard, the Wyoming legislature has pushed back several blockchain-related bills through committees since the beginning of the year, continuing off in active 2018 when the state had already passed a number of regulatory measures. Now, 2 bills have been recently passed through committee and will be considered by the full Wyoming House are HB 57, which would create supervised flexibility regulated fintech sandbox to test new products and services. Now, we've been talking about sandbox initiatives. That's pretty much, even if there's not laws that's going to govern this technology, they still can use it. So that pretty much means, okay, Bank of America can send XRP to, to an entity in Greece through a sandbox initiative. The laws wouldn't, they wouldn't be violating laws at that point under this initiative. HB 70 would authorize the implementation of blockchain-based commercial filing systems for documents required to be filed with the Secretary in the state of certain provisions, Wyoming law. But this is where it gets interesting. The bill that has been passed on February 14th and is set to become law is FSF 125, which recognizes property rights for digital ownership of digital assets. So basically, guys, it's law. Your digital asset will be recognized as personal property, meaning that there's no need for a intermediary to legally own digital assets. Wow. This bill also stepped forward for securities aiming to be tokenized, as a document also authorized security interest in digital assets. Moreover, banks now have framework to work with to provide custody services for digital assets in the state of Wyoming. Wow, that's impressive, guys. Boom! Wyoming just recognized clear direct property rights for digital assets by passing SF 125. This means blockchain code will probably apply to Wyoming law to your contract decimal here. Wow, we have physical presence here. Thanks again to the army of people who have helped over the month. Caddy Long is the co-founder of the Wyoming Blockchain Coalition, sees a bright future for the state, and anticipates that blockchain companies will prefer Wyoming's regulatory framework to New York's. Wow, that's impressive, guys. But one thing that kind of caught my eye, guys, is, not only does Big BG make predictions, But Big BG makes predictions himself. Now, Brad Growinghouse yesterday says, as predicted. Now, this is on the 14th. Brad Growinghouse says, as predicted, banks are changing their tune on crypto. Wow. So that's kind of interesting, guys, that Brad Growinghouse would say, as predicted yesterday, 21 hours ago on the 14th. But JPM Project misses the point. They introduced a closed network today is launching. Introducing a closed network today is like launching AOL. Wow, that's amazing, guys. 2 years later, the bank coin are still not the answer. Tell them, Big BG. Alrighty, guys, let me know what you guys think about this Wyoming bill that just passed. I really appreciate your time. The CKJ Batman logo will come down. Smash that coin to subscribe to the channel. I do daily X-Rapid videos similar to this one. I also do 2 live streams a day. Start your day with CKJ at 11:30 a.m. Eastern and XRP After Dark at 9 p.m. Much love. Mahalo.